Just getting up, guys. Oh, I'm tired. I couldn't sleep last night. I tossed and turned, tossed and turned. Waiting for the coffee. Still waiting for the coffee. Yes, still waiting for the coffee. Hot. Mama's waking up. Oh, God. Time to watch some videos. So, guys, let's be real. I said I was going to be real in my video, so here it goes. How do you start your day? How do you start your day? If you were at home all the time and you decide what time you're going to do things, like you're not running by a clock, how do you motivate yourself? Because what motivates me usually, I've found I'm getting into more of a routine, which is I'm going to bed earlier, getting up earlier. I get up with my son, make sure he's off to school, stay up. I used to nap a lot. I don't. I haven't been. That reminds me, I got to take my medication because the medication I take, which is Synthroid, keeps me good. And I don't want to talk about all those other things, because there's other things that can make someone tired. However, I get up. I usually get to the bathroom. We have our bed up against the wall in the bedroom. So I have to crawl over Trevor. And usually sometimes I fall out of bed because I'm trying to crawl over. And, I'm not Mrs., or, well, I'm a big old lady. So I get over the bed, fall or not fall, get up, go to the washroom. We got so much stuff in the room. That's why the bed is up against the wall. I'm overpowered with stuff. Anywho, it is what it is, and it's what helps us stay at home. So I go to the bathroom. I probably do this a few times throughout the night. Last night was a restless night. I do not know why I was restless. But anyhow, I got up extra early this morning, got up, made my coffee, patiently waited for the coffee. I usually get the coffee, sit down in my chair, and browse through some social media stuff while I'm drinking my coffee. Sometimes I put videos on, watch that while I'm drinking my coffee. When that's done, what I tend to do is usually go and do the dishwasher stuff, get that taken care of. A lot of times, I will habitually do that while I'm waiting for the coffee. dishwasher, load, unload, all that fun stuff, because you know what? I'm pretty relaxed when it comes to my housework, pretty much. Never used to be, was pretty anal, set me pretty much over the edge, so now I'm pretty relaxed. I don't know how to explain that or what to say about that, but I am. So it is what it is. I had a nice long bath. I just get out of the tub. I felt like I needed a bath from Avon stuff. It's an oil. I didn't use the body soap this time. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. But the stuff I put in the tub is an oil. I don't know, some kind of oil. But it smells so nice. Get out of the tub. I'm on my 3rd cup of coffee. And I'm talking about big cup of coffee. Trying to figure out what I'm going to do. The last few days I've been watching a lot of cruise videos to figure out and get ideas and all that sort of stuff, and trying to organize some things, purchase some things. I still need sandals. I do not have sandals. Well, the sandals I had this summer are not dressy. They're like, jeans sort of thing, sandals. So I want kind of a dressy pair for the restaurant. I'm sitting here, my stomach is growling. I'm thinking about going to make pancakes, but I don't know if I should. But I probably should. I'm hungry. Didn't get milk yesterday. Thought I should get milk, but I forgot. Focused on other things. We went out looking around to see what was open, but all that was open was the drugstore because it was Remembrance Day yesterday here in Canada. So nothing was pretty much opened. Trevor's gone to Moncton. I'm sitting here. My son is just getting up and about. I don't know if he just went to the bathroom and is going back to bed or what's going on there. It was miserably cold and rainy / snowy earlier. Now the sun's coming out. It looks beautiful out. I don't have my glasses on, as you can see. It's probably why I'm kind of squinting a bit. Yeah, so I'm going to have this coffee. I'm going to get on with my day. Just getting up, guys. Well, I'm looking at ordering you some boots.
Oh, online? That's gonna be kind of hard though. You never know if they're gonna be good or not.
Well, you can look at reviews and stuff like that. Like, what style do you like? Mostly this, eh? Is that what you like?
It's okay, I guess.
Winter snow boots, waterproof, warm weather. So you don't like this. When you say I guess, you're not sure.
I would wear that. Yeah.
What do you like?
Doesn't matter to me.
Oh,
I don't want to wear rubber boots.
I don't know that.
I want giant boots, really. Basically it.
Okay, well, I don't have to go to sales and deals. I just went into sales and deals. I can see.
Why are you recording a video right now?
Oh, I forgot. Hi guys. I just finished some pancakes with Silas. I was looking at things on Amazon, put some things in the shopping cart. Haven't ordered anything yet. Decided I would put a bucket hat in there. Need a pair of sandals, but I think I might end up getting one off Marketplace. I mean, I want sandals that are comfortable yet dressy. Hard to find. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not into heels. I'm not into anything super flat because it's not comfortable to be walking around a ship like that. It's just not going to be comfortable. So I am still trying to figure that out. Looking at some boots for Silas. Trying to figure that out. And yeah, so right now I'm just going to read a reflection. I haven't read a reflection on here in quite a while. I like to keep everything when I do reflections and things like that, like I do not want to speak in the way of belief systems and things like that. I like to read reflections that kind of let us think about ourselves and reflect on ourselves and our lives and life improvement and history and things like that. So that's what I like for reflections. So I am reading from a reflecting book, but I'm not advertising for this program or anything along the lines. I have several reflecting books. I don't even know what the day is today, what November it is, but I'm just going to go with this one. I think it's, what's today's date, Si? Is it really? Oh, yes. Gosh, I picked a 7. Let's go ahead. The 12th. Okay, reflection for today on the 12th. When I have sudden changes in plans, I need to be able... That's Wowie. It could be the lady dropping off. I hope it is. She's dropping off a couple dresses that I got in the auction. Could be that. She'll just drop them off. It's no contact, so it's all good. But it's hard to talk when Wally is barking. Stop, Wally. Wally barks, and then Mabel barks. Now, if Wally wasn't here, Mabel wouldn't hear someone out there. Layla does nothing. Unless someone comes to the door, then she'll go and see, to be nosy and get a pat and try to jump on somebody. It could be just the neighbors. Mabel keeps barking. Oh, I'll try to bark over them. I'll try to talk over them. When I have sudden changes in plans, I need to be able to adapt and not be thrown. Yeah, right. Okay, as a controller, I am somewhat rigid and easily upset by change. If I feel inadequate in the situation, it is hard to come up with plan B. It helps to be flexible when unexpected changes are necessary. May I see the situation as a challenge to be adequate, even when faced with surprises. That's true. I mean, I can relate to that a lot. I'll take these off so it isn't as in my glasses, but I can't. Oh my gosh, what a difference. I can't read it at all. I remember it used to be a little blurry, but now it's like, it's just black. That is scary. That is scary. I got to put these back on. Basically, it's talking about changes. Basically, we're talking about changes in people's lives and plans, how plans change. And it's true. Like, I used to be really, I used to have to plan everything. I wasn't spontaneous at all. And if something changed, it really frustrated me because I needed to prepare myself mentally, psychologically before I did anything. I still have part of that. Like, I like to be able to, I don't like something sprung on me last minute, like if I'm getting up and I want to have my coffees and stuff like that before I do anything. That's the habit. That is the routine I've got myself in from being at home. So yeah, so from being at home, the routine I have is I don't like it being interrupted, I guess. I like it to stay the same, and then after that, whatever. Um, I mean, I think we all have part of us. I mean, we're not 100% like, yeah, just go with everything. We have part of us in our minds that have our day kind of planned out in a way. Like, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do this, have my coffees, whatever you do, and then go about your day. It's kind of like a routine I created, from not working. Because before you'd get up, I would have my coffees at work, go to work early, make sure I was there early enough because I needed that kind of time to just kind of reflect in my mind how I was going to kind of plan the day out at work and what it looked like, reflect on maybe past notes or whatever. And so now I get up, have my coffee, think there. I do get lost in social media, and I don't like that, how I get lost in social media for a period of time. And the next, it's hours later, and I'm like, holy shit, I didn't do anything, or I didn't do anything. Yeah, at this point, that sucks, because when you don't have something that makes you go do something and get away from that, that sucks. But on the flip side, you can work later in night. But I tend not to. I tend not to be a night person. I tend to go to bed early. So I try to get a video in every day. That doesn't mean I'm posting it every day. And sometimes my videos will be posted like a day later, and I'm talking about a Sunday and it's not posted like a Monday. That happens. Because I take little clips here and there, and then I got to edit, put them together. When I first started this, I wasn't editing anything, but that's when I kind of just sat down and talked about whatever kind of topic the day was, right? Yeah, like I won't edit this part, but the little added things I will. And I guess you can say today's topic is change. How do you deal with change? I mean, I feel I deal with change well, although there's other people that may beg to differ. But I do feel that I do in comparison, if I'm comparing my old self to my new self. I may not like it, but I don't react the same way. Like, I may not like change all the time. Definitely if something I know is going in a better direction, it's good. If the change is not going in a better direction, I have to figure out in my head what that's going to look like. It doesn't crumble me and drop me to the knees like it used to. It sounds strange, but I used to get so frustrated with change many, many years ago. So yeah, you just got to go with the flow. If you just put your heels in there and don't do that, then you're going to have a very frustrating life, because it's inevitable, right? Change is inevitable. And if we're talking about plans change all the time. You have a plan to do something that doesn't work out. Happens all the time. So yeah, I think for the most part, personally myself, unless it has to do with my morning, don't like my morning being messed up. But say if I had to get up and take off in the morning, something came up, I would just get my coffee on the road. So long as I have my coffee, I'm good. I'm easy to jump up and throw anything on and go. Um, it's interesting because routines really help a lot of people stay motivated, moving in the right direction, feeling like, keeping yourself out of a rut. If you have a routine of how you're going to do things, even days off, we have routines sometimes. And that's when we go on vacation. Even when we go on vacation, you want to go down to eat at this time, you want to do this, you want to do that. So where you have absolutely nothing to do, that doesn't happen very often unless you're sick, I guess. There's nothing wrong with having absolutely nothing to do. And I feel like we all should create days like that. Me days, or take care of myself day where I just do whatever I want to do. But yeah, there's nothing you can do about change. And I don't know where I was going with this, honestly. My mind just kind of went, and I thought I had a real good point, and then I kind of dip-de-dooed somewhere. I don't even know what happened. Sorry about that. I don't even know what I was thinking of. Anyway. Oh gosh, guys. So yes. So change is inevitable, Where you live eventually will change. I feel pretty settled where I am now, but if it changed, it wouldn't. I like feeling settled, but some people are a lot harder to change when it comes to moving and stuff. Relationships change. It's hard, but it happens. Oh. And your body changes. Like, oh my gosh, I'm finding things different as I get older. Before you could say, put on cover up to, kind of cover this or cover that. And now it's just, it's different. Different. Body's changing, getting older. Never could really understand people that would say, well, I can't do this for long or that for long. And it's not that I believe them. It's just to experience it is different. When you're getting into bed and you're kind of sore, slow moving. When you're young, you don't even think about it. I remember my dad saying that sort of thing. He'd be, making all the noises getting into bed, and I find myself doing the same thing, which is funny. So those are changes that change. And work changes, and that was really hard for me. It was an identity in a strange, bizarre way when you do something for so long, for such a long time, something that you were proud of, something that you felt you were good at, and you got feedback from lots of people saying that you were, and so it's really hard when things like that do change, but you do have to go with the change. You can't be angry, frustrated, and whatever. You just can't. You got to move forward. We don't want to be grumpy old men, grumpy old ladies, right? And you know what? To be honest, it's easy for me to say these things because I am living comfortably. I am living a life where I don't have the pressure of work outside the household. We do things within the household, but on the internet and stuff, but I don't, that's my son. I don't have the pressure to hurry up and get going and do this and do that. And so what a difference it has done for me in regards to how I view the world, right? Because when I was so stressed and I felt like I was just squeezed and pushed in all directions, and I focused more on how I felt and not necessarily how everybody else felt, and those frustrations would come out on everyone else. because there was absolutely no me time. There was nothing. It was about everybody and everyone else, right? And so it was, and now I'm kind of, it's totally different. And it's funny. It's not funny. It's just interesting to know that someone's perspective can be so different based on their stress, environment, and what circumstance they're going through in their life. And that could be anything. That could be a topic that has nothing to do with your life personally. We'll talk about, I don't know, we could talk about, but homelessness. Let's talk about homelessness, just that topic itself. I feel that perspectives change based on the stress that's in your life at the time, right? You see things differently. I don't know what I'm really trying to say. I guess what I'm really trying to say is I feel that my outlook is different based on the amount of stress, pressure that's in my life. I do work well with a routine, but I think I also work so much better without one. I am loving my situation. I will really, really hate it if I have to go back out in the real world, per se, and work in the real world. I will not like that at all. And that would be a big change, just like not doing it was a big change, because it is a big part of your time. Your time and energy is put into your work, be it outside the house, inside the house. And when that changes, it's hard. It's hard to let it go. Anyway, enough of that. Why am I talking about that? Change is hard when your kids get older. Oh my gosh. My son is getting older all the time. And I think about it sometimes. There's a man on the internet. I don't know if it's, I think I seen him on Facebook Reels or something like that. His name's Uncle Jack, I think. Anyway, he's elderly. And I don't know if it's a relative or what that photographs him or videos him and got him starting to do these videos. And now they have a book and blah, blah, blah. They got pretty famous via internet. Went viral and stuff. And he's like, I don't know if he's almost 100 or is 100, something like that. But there's one clip that's really, really sad when he talked about how lonely he is. And we all think about it, just think about it for a second. We all think about, or we all know that elderly get lonely, right? And how lonely it could be to lose a partner, to be by yourself, to have your kids move out. What would that be like when everyone is gone that you've been close to? What would that feel like every day? And with my daughter moved away, and she's not that far. She's only in Halifax. And my son, soon to graduate and moving on with his life, whatever direction that's going to look like. It's going to be so different. I mean, Trevor and I spoke about, like, if he was gone first or I was gone first or whatever, what would it look like for the other person? Well, I know he has social avenues like poker and stuff. And I think he would continue to travel because that's what he wants to do. So he's very social. Me, on the flip side, if my kids were not around and I wasn't with him, God, I would have my babies, but I'd be so lonely. not lonely that I'd want to go socialize but just, I don't know, because I guess who I socialize with has always been who I live with, because I'm not one outside of the house, doing things outside of the house that much. And it's it's got to be an awful heartbreak. It's got to be. I remember how awful and miserable and alone and all those things I felt during different separations from my husband, and how miserable and awful and lost, and I felt like I had no identity, and I felt all these things were so heavy on me and achy. Loneliness is so painful, and it is so, so sad that as we age, we have less and less people around, because both people, if you are in a relationship, one of or the other is going to leave. It's going to pass on. It's just, well, that's just life. And what do you do next? A lot of people are like, I don't want to go to a nursing home. Don't want to do this, don't want to do that. But in a sense, you wouldn't be lonely per se, because just having someone sitting there, it's weird, eh? Just having someone around, like Silas is in the other room. We're not doing stuff together, but I know he's present. You know what I mean? But to have no one, I think about people, the elderly you see in the stores and stuff, and it reminds me when I worked in retail, and I think I had this conversation before. It must be something I think about a lot, because for some reason, I'm thinking I had a video topic that went in this direction before. It's funny. Start talking about change, and now I'm over to loneliness and being alone, but my God, that's got to be awful. And people would just want to talk to you, elderly people, and talk to you, right? Going nursing homes, they want to talk to you. I know when I did, because I had an online store where I delivered, and there was one lady that got me frequently. And when I got there, she'd want to talk and talk and talk. So sad. So yeah, you raise your kids so they become independent beings to start their own lives per se, with their own relationships, their own families per se, if that's the direction they go in. And then the elderly is just sitting there like, it's not the way it used to be. Because I think a lot of people, way back when, we kept our elderly with us, cared for them. And I don't know, I'm off on a tangent of deep thought. And I don't want to think about that kind of stuff, but it is true. It happens. So life is short. So use the good china. And I'm not even holding Ruth or Charlotte. I'm holding Miss Elizabeth. Isn't she the sweetest? Look at her. So use the good china. Go on those trips. Take those chances. Do those things. Start a business. Even though if it goes kaput, kapam, at least you tried, right? It's better than not trying. And because you just never know when things will change, or when things can change. Because change, the moment you're in right now, is not always going to be here. Now, that's food for thought. All right, guys, have yourselves a beautiful Sunday. Take care of yourselves. Hug those babies if you feel you need it. Today's the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do about it? Take care of yourself, guys. Bye.